Hello and welcome to this sponsored stream. If you use code Amelia, you can get 600 yen if you're a new customer off your next purchase. Today we will be reading I Shall Survive Using Potions. Hello everyone, hi! I feel nervous for this stream. I feel like I haven't really felt like nervous where your heart's like tick, 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 and the blood's like I haven't felt like that in a while. But I feel pretty nervous to read out loud. I know you guys are asking for some reading streams, and turns out that reading on stream, you know, you have to get like the rights and stuff to be able to either show it or like read it, because these stories are copyrighted too. Anyways, this is like a good way to knock out two birds with one stone. Ooh, we get to read something, and I get money. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll try my best, and I'm pretty nervous to read out loud, but at least we get to, you guys get to read along. It'll be on screen, and there's some drawings too, so I'll try my best. Okay, we should turn off BGM while reading, right? Because it'll be distracting. Yes? Okay. I gave Bubba and Mickey, I gave them like this thing called a busy bone. So hopefully they're busy eating the bone, so I hope they don't bark during the stream. But you know, we'll probably stop occasionally to you know, talk about what's happening. I don't know how long we'll go for it. I don't know how long this is. I read a little bit. I read like the first few pages. I don't really know what it's about. Let's see, I could have picked between this or like some manga, but I wanted to read like a book, you know, on stream, because I think you guys have probably seen other Bookwalker streams where they read a manga instead, and that might be something that we can do in the future at some point. Voice act, I will try. It's an Isekai, apparently. Is there romance in this? Is there romance? Yes, we're gonna read the book. Okay. Oh, really? Dang it. Alright, we'll have fun anyways. Okay, I'll try. Alright. Okay. Are you guys ready? I shall survive using potions. This is the title, the cover. And now... Whoa! Are you the goddess in charge of watching over this world? Yes, that's right. I am Celestine, the supervisor in charge of this world. Welcome to Verney. We're happy to have you. Well, she seems pretty excited about all this. What family does she belong to? Or is she the princess of some country attending undercover? Undercover? Oh. Ah, and here we have the contents of the book. Wait, is this cut off? Oh, then I'll fix it. Okay. Here we have the table of contents. There's 7 chapters. Maybe we should read all of them today. I don't know how long it'll be, but we'll see. Maybe I think I can read all of them. I don't think I'm not allowed to. Okay. I like this art. Look at the art, it's so cute. 250 pages? We'll see. We'll see. We can go for a while. Okay. Yum, 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 yum. Chapter 1. I'd like some perks for my reincarnation, please. Kaoru Nagase, 22 years old, an office lady with silky black hair that came down to her shoulder blades, stood at 158 centimeters tall, perfectly appropriate for her age, and always had a really harsh look in her eyes. She graduated with a degree in science at a national university and found a job at a medium-sized company back in her hometown. It'd been half a year since she started her convenient life of commuting from home to her job, much to the joy of her parents, while she saved up money. She had a family of 5 consisting of her parents, a brother 2 years older than her, and a sister 3 years younger. They all got along well, though her little sister Yuki seemed a bit disappointing, not gaining complete control over the room they shared even after Kaoru found a job. She'd finally gotten used to her work and was coming back home after finishing an hour and a half's worth of overtime. Despite this, and without warning, Kaoru felt like she was about to lose consciousness, stopping where she stood. Not good. Not good. If I fall over and hit my head or something, I'm done for. Falling over would be bad, so I'm just gonna crouch down slowly. But even without crouching down, the feeling of dizziness had passed in an instant. Just as Kaoru turned forward to start walking again, thinking it was a slight bout of vertigo caused by low blood pressure or something, she froze in place. What is this? It's cut off? I'll fix it. What do you guys think so far? Am I doing a good job? I don't want to block any of the text. Good. You guys would say that. Okay, where were we? We're up here. You see my right here. Should I follow along with this if you guys want to read along? Can you see my cursor? Follow along? No, yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Fine without it. I think it'll be hard for me to do it, so I'm not gonna do it. Sorry for giving you the option and taking it away. Okay, let's continue. Wait, we'll take some water. Wait. Okay. The area in front of her, no, everything around her was completely white. An area devoid of anything else spread out before her. Frozen in place and unable to comprehend what was going on, a voice came from behind her. You must be Kaoru Nagase, right? Surprised, Kaoru turned around to find a man appeared to be in his mid-20s. He had golden hair and blue eyes, like me, and was sort of like the physical embodiment of what every woman would consider to be a good man. He wore a white outfit that seemed like something an aristocrat from ancient Rome would wear, with a gentle smile spreading across his face. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Kaoru was a fan of light novels, so she had a feeling she knew where this was going. The man introduced himself as someone in charge of watching over this world, like she'd been expecting him to. Put simply, it was like he was what humans would call God, or at least something close to it. According to God here, this whole incident was supposedly the result of some sort of accident. The world as we knew it actually existed along multiple space-time continuums, basically parallel worlds, as part of a multiverse. These parallel worlds usually existed without interference from each other, but every once in a while a space-time anomaly or deviation of energy or the like would cause different space-times to approach and affect each other. If these events took the form of small holes or cracks in the space-time continuum, then they could be taken care by dealing with the problem ASAP. At worst, however, these events could end up involving multiple worlds and turn into a disaster of epic proportions. To protect against such events, there existed a race of beings beyond humanity's wildest imaginations who were so far advanced they could only be called gods. These beings watched over the worlds and adjusted to the balance of space-time as necessary. Because of that, any anomalies or deviations were spotted in a timely manner, which were then dispersed and taken care of before the anomalies could reach disaster levels. The incident this time was a result of this man going to disperse a small anomaly, just as he always did. But unluckily for Kaoru, she'd gotten caught up in it as well. Her physical body had taken heavy damage, and though God rushed to recover her consciousness and soul back to Earth, Kaoru was already considered dead. I'm sorry. I'm so terribly sorry. I've never made a mistake like this in all my thousands years of doing this. The man who claimed to be God appeared to be truly sorry as he bowed his head and apologized in earnest. A bitter smile crossed Kaoru's face, as if to say these sort of things just happen. I mean, it's fine. Well, no, it's not. It's not. But there's no way around it now, right? You just made a little mistake when doing your job of watching over the world. I guess I had a bit of bad luck this time too, that's all. With a light laugh, Kaoru explained how it didn't hurt and that she didn't suffer when it happened. All humans had to die eventually, but God had a pained expression on his face. I'm humbled to hear you say that. However, as the supervisor of this world, it's evident that I must take measures to aid you. As luck would have it, I succeeded in preserving your consciousness and soul, so it's possible to have you live a new life through the reconstruction of your physical body. Wait, you can bring me back to life? Like, back to the same life I had before? Kaoru asked him out of surprise, but God regretfully shook his head. I'm sorry, your physical body has already been declared deceased and, taken care of. This world is extremely fine-tuned, so if I were to forcefully use my powers to intervene, there's a chance its balance would collapse and cause a massive distortion. Ah, man. So that means there's no place for me there anymore. If I try forcing my way back in, then I'd just be causing trouble for everyone. Kaoru had quickly come to terms with the situation she'd been placed in. My recommendation would be to start a new life in a different world, even if we were to use a bit of excessive force on a world that hasn't progressed as far. Nothing much would change, and luckily enough, there's one such unadjusted world that's quite similar to Earth. It's likely that the same world split off at some point in the distant past due to a massive spatial distortion. My guess is that this caused a large amount of flora and fauna to mix between the two on a continental scale, and as a result, the people, plants, and animals generally appear to be the same. The civilization there is far behind that of Earth, something akin to medieval Europe, but it's a world where you could still live comfortably as a human. God seemed desperate to send Kaoru off to another world. On top of there being no better way to go about this, it seemed he wanted to atone for his mistake and make it up to Kaoru, so of course he would be desperate. Understanding this, Kaoru resigned herself and agreed. I understand. It doesn't seem like there are any other good ideas beside that, so I'll take you up on your offer. Oh, thank you. Then I'll start the preparations right Hold on a second. Though he seemed relieved and in a rush to start the preparations, Kaoru managed to rein God back in. The medieval world would be far more dangerous than the modern world, right? Injuries, disease, crime, wars, those sorts of things would be more rampant. I don't think a girl who doesn't have a clue what's going on being thrust into the middle of all that by herself would be able to scrape by. Like, at all. At best, I would end up as a slave or in a brothel. At worst, I could be dead the same day I arrive. A bead of sweat ran down God's temple to his cheek. Kaoru couldn't imagine his body having been built with such a bodily function, so he was most likely doing it on purpose, to show some sort of psychological reaction. That was some real attention to detail. Maybe physical... never mind. Because of that, Kaoru stuck her pointer finger right at God. I'd like to request some sort of cheat powers. Cheat powers? He didn't seem to have a clue what was going on. That's right, cheat powers. If a girl like me who won't know left from right is going to live in this new world by herself, I'm going to need some special abilities, don't you think? Oh, I'll need to be able to understand the language and the writing system over there as well, and since it'll be a more uncivilized world, I guess the age women can get married would be a lot lower too, so if you don't make me a bit younger, I don't think I'll be able to live a happy life, you know? Kaudu's life was on the line here, so she was going to take this opportunity to go all in. Yes, I don't completely understand, but very well. Reconstruction of your physical body and granting you powers falls under the authority of whomever is the supervisor of that world. So I'll be sure to request they take care of you beforehand. You can talk over the details with them once you arrive. Please and thank you. Oh, and there are 2 favors I'd like to ask while I'm still here. Is that all right? God nodded, agreeing to Kaudu's request. As long as they don't lead to any problems, then yes, anything you like. You have that right, after all. In that case, first, as long as it doesn't make me appear too different from the other humans in this world, I want to take the body I have now, or well, the body I had, and make it younger. I never got a chance to repay my parents back on Earth, so I was thinking I'd like to do that now by leaving their genes in this new world. Though, that's only if I manage to get married and leave grandchildren for them. Well, Kaudu. I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. Am I pronouncing it right? Kaudu. Am I saying it right? Yes? Okay. Close enough. Okay, alright. Sorry. While Kaudu laughed, God's eyes were wide open, as if this came as a complete shock to him. My other request is that I'd like to say goodbye to my family and friends. Since I died an unnatural death, I feel like that might leave some emotional scars. That's why I want to let them know I'm alright, and to see them off with a smile. I'm not asking for something absurd like meeting with them in person, of course. If I could have a minute or 2 to talk to them in their dreams, then that'd be enough. Even if they think it's not real and it's all just a dream, I'd be happy if I could make them feel even a little more at ease. Oh, that's nice. God nodded in assent, promising to grant her requests. Kaudu is a girl, yes. Any questions so far before we continue? Anything you'd like to tell me before we continue? It's not Biao. No, I wish I had glasses, but I don't. What powers? Well, we'll find out what powers we have when we continue. Can you do different voices? Yeah, but I thought it'd be... like, I can't really do a guy's voice, so... the only guy's voice I can do is, like, the, let's see. What will we read? I don't understand, but very well. You know, like the... like the young... Naruto voice. The Toad voice. I don't know what to do for guys. I'll probably just read them in a regular voice, but like for other characters, I'll try to do different voices, okay? Okay, let's continue. And just as you asked, I will connect you to everyone's dreams. One with your family and the other with your 2 friends. It's been 10 days since the incident back on Earth, so please take care not to leave any regrets behind. As soon as that's over, I will transfer you to a new world. Once you arrive there, I will no longer be able to take any direct part in what happens. But I'll be sure to tell the supervisor there to take care of you. I'm truly, truly sorry about all of this. Now, may you have a good life. With those words, God saw Kaudu off with an amiable smile. It's only been 10 days since then. Koichi. Am I saying it right? Koichi. Yes, okay. Koichi lay in bed, thinking about his little sister who'd passed away the other day, the middle child of 3 siblings. It'd been half a year since he... It's the first real mess up. It's the first real mess up. Doesn't count. Okay, one more time. The middle child of 3 siblings, it'd been half a year since she graduated from college. She loved to read, was knowledgeable of many things, and could be a bit of a tomboy. Though she looked like a cute girl, she always had this intense look in her eyes. She was more of a little brother to him, making it feel like he had both a little brother and a little sister, instead of just 2 sisters. Even though he'd recently been laughing and joking with her as she retold her incredible tales of valor about her time at school and her workplace, He never thought she'd go off and die faster than their parents. Not to mention she died of a mysterious and unnatural death where her body basically exploded in front of a bunch of witnesses while she was on her way back home. What the hell? What the... Jeez. This caused an uproar, of course. People thought it could have been anything, from ultra-small explosives, a murder caused by stringing up piano wires, yokai, or even the work of the devil. The insensitive mass media jumped on the unusual story, with a religious sham even trying to use it to scam people out of money, and so on and so forth. Things had finally settled down a little, but it'd be a long time before they settled down for good. Koichi had kept himself distracted because of how busy he'd been, but now that he had some time to himself, the sadness was beginning to close in. His parents and Yuki were probably going through the same thing. Even though they'd all gone to bed early, he kept hearing the sound of the toilet flushing or the refrigerator door being opened and closed. But now, everything was finally quiet. Tears ran down his cheek as he thought about his little sister. A flood of different emotions washed over him. Maybe it was because of his continuous lack of sleep over the past few days, but before he knew it, he'd fallen into a deep sleep. Aha! You're here! You took forever to go to sleep, Koichi. Oh, a lucid dream. I was sitting around a table with the other 4 members of my family. Looking at me with a smile on her face was my little sister, who should have no longer been with us. Though it had only been a mere 10 days, I was overcome with a sense of sadness and longing. Let me get right to explaining now that everyone's here. Basically, I died because God made a mistake, and as an apology, he's going to send me to another world with cheat powers. What the hell kind of light novel is that supposed to be? I couldn't help butting in with a sudden retort. Wait, this was my dream, so that would be my fault for the lack of imagination. That was kind of sad. Me? Did you make sure to have him take responsibility for what he did, Kaoru? You make sure to get him to compensate you. I smacked my head on the table at my mom's stupid joke. Wait, why did it hurt? It's alright, I made sure to have him promise me chi powers and some other stuff too. I'm getting resurrected in my own body, and I'm getting my youth back as well. I'm gonna make so many descendants for the Nagase household in the other world. Our family genes are gonna run rampant there. Mom, I'm gonna go to this alternate world, and I'm gonna sleep around a bunch and make a bunch of kids. Well, ain't that something? Then it looks like you'll be competing with Yuki and Koichi here. Dad was almost as bad as Mom. No, maybe he was a bit worse. Hey sis, could you send a hot prince or some super expensive diamond back to our world? Oh my god, Yuki. Sorry, it doesn't seem like I can swing that. It's almost time. Alright, everyone, be good. I'm gonna be doing my best in the new world as well. Oh, and since I'm getting cheap powers, I can use them to keep myself safe and make some easy money. I'm pretty much guaranteed a stable future, so don't worry about me, alright? Well, Dad, Mom, Big Bro, Yuki, take care, everyone. Thank you for everything. Goodbye. Take care now. I hope you'll be happy. Get yourself a good man, big sis. You know what to do, right, Kaoru? Keep information about yourself a secret and keep yourself safe. I got it. See ya. Okay. Let's continue, right? Anything you guys would like to tell me before we continue on the next part of our journey? In a new world, we're gonna meet the supervisor. And she exploded. What powers? Well, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be something relating to the title, like potions. It will survive using potions. So I guess she's a potion maker. You're doing amazing, thank you. Really fun? Oh, really? So like when you guys read, do you see what you're reading in your head? Because I have that, like when I read, I see like a movie in my head, I guess. So hopefully, like, if you're listening to me, you can experience something like that too. It's like we're watching something together. That's really interesting. It's weird. Hopefully you guys get the same feeling. But I'll get better as we read more. So I feel like I'm not really doing that great. But okay, let's continue. Morning. Was I stupid or something? Why would I tell her that? As if Kaudu wouldn't know something as basic as that. Wait, am I stupid? That was my dream, so why was I reacting to it like that? You know what? I should just go ahead and grab some breakfast. Getting out of bed, I headed straight down to the first floor. Everyone in our family wore pajamas to breakfast. We didn't have to worry if we spilled food on them, and since we would go to the bathroom and brush our teeth afterward, we could avoid splattering our work clothes with toothpaste or getting them wrinkled. Very logical, if I said so myself. Dad and Yuki were already sitting at the table, so I sat down in my seat as well. They were already downing some miso soup, and Mom was still getting the plates of grilled salmon ready for them, but something about everyone seemed off. They were fidgeting around, sneaking peeks at each other's faces. It was an indescribable feeling of restlessness. What was the matter with them? For some reason at that time, part of the conversation from my dream had crossed my mind. Breakfast has been proven correct. Good grief, how nasty. Hot. Behind me, Mom was picking up a plate she had dropped. Oh man, my grilled salmon. Cheap powers in another world, Dad murmured. A hot prince and a super expensive diamond. She told you that wasn't going to happen, Mom retorted. Hello? Are we back? Stream died twice? What was the last part? Okay, I'll start from up here. I'll start from... I don't have I have the book open in front of me, like on screen, so I can't see the stream, and like I'm just reading, so I was probably reading while I was down. Breakfast, family jeans. Okay, got it. Alright, you guys ready? Everything good? I don't know, my internet like goes out for a little bit and then it comes back, but I think we'll be good now for another few hours. Kitten Suit was just starting. Okay, I'll start from up here. For some reason at the time, part of our conversation from my dream had crossed my mind. Our family genes are gonna run rampant there. Is our family a bunch of mice or cockroaches or something? I blurted out. What the heck was I even saying? Miso soup suddenly came spurting out of Dad's and Yuki's mouths and noses. Ah yes, our family's habit of wearing pajamas to breakfast had been proven correct. Good grief, how nasty. Hot. Behind me, Mom was picking up a plate she had dropped. Oh man, my grilled salmon. Cheap powers in another world? Dad murmured. A hot prince and a super expensive diamond. She told you that wasn't gonna happen, Mom retorted to my sister's mumbling. Silence. A hush fell over the room. Then... We laughed. The four of us laughed and kept on laughing. Streams of water ran down our cheeks, but we paid it no mind and kept laughing. All of us were late for school and work that day. Hey, you're here! There were two girls sitting around the small table in front of me. Oh, a dream, huh? One of the girls here was my close friend who had passed away 10 days ago. The other being my close friend I had known since middle school, who was now my only close friend left. I had cried my eyes out every day since Kaudu's accident, but I'd finally been able to calm down a little. Maybe it was because I was still lingering on what happened, or maybe it was because I'd managed to sort out my feelings, but now I was beginning to see her in my dreams. I'm sorry for dying so soon, Kyo-chan. There was more I wanted to do with the three of us. I'm really sorry. Unable to hold myself back anymore, I threw myself around Kaudu's slender body, tears streaming down my face. You stupid, dummy. Why did you have to go and die like that, you big stupid idiot? I kept crying my eyes out. Calm down, Kyoko. It wasn't like Kaudu wanted to die. It doesn't seem like we have much time, so let's just listen to what she has to say. Reiko was acting like she usually did, always keeping her cool, though this was my dream, so that was probably only because that was the type of person I saw her as. Well, that aside, I finally got a chance to talk to Kaudu, even if it was only in a dream. I'd probably never get another opportunity to meet with her in a dream as vivid as this. Kaudu, I'm sorry, it seems like the reason I died was because God kinda screwed up. Huh? Then they can bring you back to life! Yeah, they can, but not in this world, though. They said they were going to bring me back to life in another one, someplace that's kind of like medieval Europe. Why? Why can't they bring you back to this world? Why not? Reiku got up and patted me gently on the back, but I couldn't stop sobbing. Sorry girls, I don't really have that much time. Anyway, I died because God made a mistake, but He's going to revive me in another world with all my memories intact, so I plan on living a happy life there. Thanks for always being with me since middle school. I'll never forget you two. Be happy. Kaudu? Kaudu! Kaudu! Oh, we got art! There she is! That's us. We're her. Collectively. Alright, let's continue. Do you have anything you want to tell your family, Kaoru? Even in my dreams, Reiko kept herself calm and collected. Oh, it's all good. I already made sure to say my goodbyes to them. See ya, you two, and farewell. Kaoru vanished into thin air, leaving only Reiko and I left. After making sure that I had finally stopped crying, first, Reiko burst into tears herself. She bawled her eyes out as she clung to me. As I watched Reiko cry, I finally understood. She was just that type of girl, always holding herself back, putting others before her. I'm sorry, Reiko. Even though I knew we didn't have much time, I went and wasted it. Even though this should have been valuable time for you to talk with Kaoru more. I held Reiko tight, and the two of us just kept on crying. Morning. My alarm clock was ringing at the usual time, waking me up just like always. As I got up, I noticed my pillow was soaking wet with a mixture of tears, drool, and snot. Even in my dreams, Kaoru was Kaoru and Reiko was Reiko, my best friends. Then my phone began ringing on the side table next to my bed. My closest friends knew I would wake up at 5 a.m. on the dot on weekdays. And if they needed to get a hold of me first thing in the morning, they would call between 5 and 5:01 a.m. Anytime after that, and I'd be busy going to the bathroom, washing my face, or cooking or something. It wasn't like anyone would call me that early more than a few times a year anyway. Today just happened to be one of those few times. But who could it be this early in the morning? Reaching for my phone, I had a feeling I knew who it was, even though I thought it couldn't be possible. Part of me was still half convinced I was right. Picking up my phone, I pressed the call button and placed it against my ear. Hey, yeah, huh? Settle things with God? How though? Wait, punch them? But how? No, I'm totally on board. Do you want to go to a shrine and kick around their donation box? Yeah? Got it. We'll head over to Kaudu's place for a bit of information gathering then. Yeah, sounds good. See you Saturday. Pressing the end call button on my phone, I sat myself down on my bed. Heh. My face broke into a grin. I hugged my pillow tight. Ugh, it's all sticky. Kado didn't tell her friends about the whole being younger again thing. Somehow, just imagining what their reactions would be like was a terrifying prospect for her. Ah! Okay. Chapter 2. Shall we continue? Yes. Yes. Do you guys usually listen to audiobooks? Continue. Sound effects 5 out of 5. Thank you. No, me neither. I usually just read myself too. It's surprising. You guys are still here. Okay, chapter 2. Potions. The next thing I noticed, I was in a white space. This was the second time it happened, so I was kind of getting used to it now. Turning around, I found myself face to face with a cute girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, who looked around 15 to 16 years old. That's me. She froze on the spot, a look of surprise on her face. Jackpot. Wait, what did I even think I won? What did I even think I won in the first place? I thought that was somebody else talking. Okay. Are you, Okay, we're good. Are you the goddess in charge of watching over this world? After asking, the girl who looked like a goddess finally broke free from her stupor. Answering gleefully, yes, that's right. I'm Celestine, the supervisor in charge of this world. Welcome to Verney. We're happy to have you. She seemed pretty excited about all of this. I thought it would have been more trouble to have a burden like me pushed onto her. She seemed very excited about all of this. I just read that, sorry. I looked away for a second, my thought it was itchy. Okay. Sorry, we're off to a rocky start of this chapter. Okay, I'll get better. Right here. I think you've probably already heard from the god in charge of Earth, but I'll be in your debt as of now. The future was riding on this, so I had to be humble. Wait, she was a goddess, so of course I would be humble in front of her. Jeez. Yes, I've heard. I'm truly grateful to you. Wait, why was she grateful? Shouldn't this be more of a pain in the butt for her? I couldn't see what she was getting at, so I tried asking her directly. Why would you say that? Shouldn't I be a bit of a nuisance for you? No, not at all. I really am grateful. After taking the time to listen to the details, I got a rough idea as to why. It seemed like Little Miss Goddess here really put the god in charge of Earth on a pedestal. He seemed to be a pretty famous person, well, a famous god even among the other supervisors, and was popular with the young goddesses. Wait, so that guy's a frickin' normie? Well, anyway, though she was ecstatic to be in charge of a world similar to his, whenever they had their analogous world supervisor get-togethers, they actually have those? She was always left behind by her senior goddesses and didn't have a chance to talk to him directly. She could only stare at him longingly from a distance. And that's where I came in. Not only did the person, God, who she had admired so much come to see her directly. No, not only that, he bowed his head and asked for a favor for her to let him know how I was doing from time to time. To apologize for the trouble, he said to ask him anything, if there was something he could do for her. To apologize for the trouble, he said to ask him anytime if there was something he could do for her. Oh, what good fortune! Oh, what bliss! She was ready to throw him. She was ready to throw in a little extra service for me, it seemed. Well, as long as she was helping me out, I guess that was a good thing. And so the two of us got into the nitty-gritty. My life was depending on this, so I was dead serious. In any case, the things that God promised me went like this. 1 chi power, the ability to communicate, read, and write in any language here, and to bring me back to life in a younger version of my current body. Oh, and is there anything that'd be inconvenient about my old body? Anything that makes me stand out too much, or get me discriminated against, or that I couldn't have children? Anything like that? Oh no, black hair and black eyes are a bit unusual, but it's not like there aren't any people with those traits, and discrimination is practically non existent. There are no differences between your body and the other people here, so there won't be any problems concerning you having offspring. You guys told me there wasn't any romance in this, but apparently we're trying to have babies! Alright, that's one load off my shoulders. Then, let's get to deciding that cheat. A question before that though, does magic exist in this world? Like, are there monsters here and people who hunt said monsters as a job? This was an extremely vital question. Depending on the answer, it could change what type of cheat I would pick, and what sort of life I would try living here. I'm not too sure what this cheat is supposed to be, but the other god requested I give you one superior skill that would help you live in this world. Also, everything you just asked about does indeed exist here. Magic, monsters, hunters, and the like? Ah, yeah. All according to plan. Understood. Then, as for my cheat, I'd like to request the power to create medicine that has any effect I want it to have. Huh? Ever since the god back on Earth promised me that I could have a cheat power, I'd been wondering what I should choose. If I could only have one, what should I use it for? For fights? Yeah, right. I was a girl with sticks for arms, so I wouldn't be able to do much with that. Even if I made myself the strongest there was. If I were to get famous because of it, then that'd be the end of me. Game over. Surprise attacks, huge groups of people coming to fight me, getting poisoned, traps being laid for me, being taken hostage, you name it, and it could happen to me. It would be a similar story if I went for magic. To make matters worse, there could also be people who would want my powers to run through their family's veins. It might be alright if I was married off in some sort of political marriage, but there was a possibility that they would just treat me like livestock or something. But, scary. In the end, both those abilities would probably just be used for fighting. I'd like to avoid putting my life on the line every day fighting monsters, and I didn't want to kill people fighting in wars with other countries, so I'd take a hard pass on those skills. Thank you very much. Anyway, I didn't want any special powers that had a chance of being passed down genetically. I was going to do my best to keep my abilities a secret, and even if people find out about them, I wanted my power to be something that was limited to me and only me. It had to be something that couldn't be used for evil deeds or to hurt anyone, so as to make people think it wasn't worth threatening me or holding me hostage. Above all else, there was no point if it didn't meet my original goal of an ability that lets me live a safe and happy life. Question: what was the most dangerous thing in a less civilized world? Monsters? Bandits? Wrong. While they were dangerous in their own ways, they could be avoided as long as you had the cash to do so. You could move to one of the safer areas of a big town, for example, and hire a bunch of guards to protect you. I wasn't talking about that sort of danger, but one that couldn't be avoided. I was talking about injury and disease. In modern Japan, illnesses that could easily be solved with a single shot or surgery would be fatal in this world. The same went for injuries. You can make a complete recovery back in Japan, but living the rest of your life with the after effects of an injury, or if the wound got infected, was a no-go here. Being prepared for those things was probably the most crucial for me to do. Another important thing, of course, was being able to make money. It wasn't going to be easy for a young girl like me to save up money in an unfamiliar parallel world, which was why a power I could use to turn to profit would make everything perfect. That was how I came up with the idea of the ability to create any medicine with the effect I want it to have. That way, I wouldn't have to worry about getting sick or injured, and I could open a little potion shop or something and live a life of leisure. Since it cost me nothing to make, it could be... Sorry, I keep messing up like the past few minutes. It's like when you tumble down a hill. Alright, let me drink water. 1 second. Nom, 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 nom. Since it costs me nothing to make, it should be a cinch to save up enough money to live on my own until I could find my spouse-to-be. There were people out there fighting monsters for a living after all, and I wouldn't have to worry about my potions losing to any of my potential business rivals. I mean, I could make potions for free with any effects I wanted them to have. There was no way I could lose, and that was why I decided upon medicine as my cheat power. As I said, I'd like the ability to create any medicine with the effect I wanted to have. Since the civilization of this world is far behind compared to that of Earth, diseases and injuries are terrifying to me. I could end up unable to use a hand or a leg ever again just because I broke a bone, or die from a sickness that could have been fixed with a single shot back home. It's all the more reason I wanted to make this my request. I'm being sent to this world because God made a mistake and now I can't live on Earth anymore. I'm trying to cover for just a small fraction of that disadvantage with this power. But is that selfish? Would God say no to that, I wonder? It's all right. I understand. I was just confirming what kind of ability you wanted, that's all. All right, let's keep this ball rolling. Breaking eye contact with the goddess, I looked down and pretended to be deep in thought. Oh, I guess it'd be pretty inconvenient to not have some kind of container when I created the medicine. Would it be good, I wonder, maybe something small and easy to carry, like a mini test tube or something? Or maybe it'd be better to have them in drinking bottles so I could line them up how I wanted in a shop? What should I do about the caps? It might be a problem using aluminum because of how this world's civilization isn't too far along. But using corks would mean I'd have to worry about things like leakage or going stale. What to do? I stole a glance at the goddess. Yep, that was the sort of face that said she had no idea what I was getting at. It's all such a hassle, so could I just have it so the medicine appears in whatever container I'm thinking of? Yes, I suppose anything is fine if it's just for containers. Yes, I got her to give me her word. Then that sums up the things God had promised me. Is that so? Then let's get started with creating your body. Hold on a second, please. I reined the goddess back in. I did this to God too, huh? I may be able to live a little longer with this, but it certainly seems that I would end up living a life of discomfort at this rate. This place is so far behind compared to Earth and not exactly safe here either. Well, yes, but that's just the kind of world this is, so I'm afraid you'll just have to put up with it. The goddess seemed troubled as she said that, but I was going to give her another push. Yes, I'm fully aware of that. However, the god of Earth said he would ask you to take care of me. You yourself even talked about how you would give me some extra service earlier. True. I did say that. Very well then. What else would you like? Hell yeah! An item box. What? An item box. And what would you do with, this item box, B? I thought you'd never ask. For someone as lacking in strength as myself, it'd be impossible to carry the items, equipment, water, food, and whatever else that may be necessary to travel in this world. Not only that, but if I were to carry all my money and valuables with me all the time, I'm sure to be attacked by pickpockets or bandits. The same goes for leaving my belongings at an inn. This is a world where I can't even trust the people working at the inn, let alone the other patrons staying there. I just wouldn't feel safe about that. No matter how hard I work, I'd never be able to save any money, which would make moving to another town of my own accord extremely difficult. How exactly would I be able to live a happy life like this? The goddess winced. That's where the item box comes in. It's a storage device connected to an alternate dimension with the infinite capacity, and because time is frozen inside it, anything put inside will never deteriorate. I can take things out or put things in whenever I like, and it's impossible to be used by anyone else. If I put my money and other belongings in it, then I don't have to worry about anything being stolen or having luggage so heavy I wouldn't be able to move anywhere. This power is the bare minimum that is absolutely imperative for my day-to-day life. Wouldn't you agree? I see. This item box seems to be quite the convenient object. Did everyone use one back on the world the other god oversaw? Oh no, it was pretty easy to carry luggage around back on Earth, and you wouldn't really have to worry about your stuff because how safe it was back there. I managed to play that off pretty well, I think. Then I will begin the final checks. Your body will be the same genetically and back to how you were at 15 years old. Earth's supervisor provided your genetic information, so there's no need to worry about that. The people in this world are said to come of age at 15 years old as well, and the marriageable age for aristocrats is between 15 to 18 years old, and 15 to 22 for commoners. So I believe that will be a suitable age for you. Oh, and aristocrats are usually quick to make marriage engagements, so them getting married as soon as they come of age is actually quite common. Once you pass 18, you're considered late to the marriage party, and going past 20 means you're in trouble. As for the commoners, people from more rural areas usually marry earlier for various reasons, such as to lower the cost of food, for more manpower, or because they want to hurry up and have a child. In the city, however, the average age is generally between 17 to 22. Around 23, they start getting really desperate. At 24, they're at the end of their rope, and by the time they reach 25 and 26, they have this dead look in their eyes. Jeez. Well, crap, that's pretty harsh. Gotta do my best getting married. Continuing on, as per your request, you will receive the ability to understand, read, and write in any language, the power to create any medicine with the exact effect you imagine it to have, in any container you are thinking of, and finally, an item box spell that connects to an interdimensional storage with unlimited space, where time doesn't pass inside of it. You can access at any time, anywhere, and it cannot be used by anyone else but you. I don't really understand what this item box is, but I'll make sure so it reflects whatever you imagine it to be. So be sure to keep a clear image of it in your head and how it functions. Now, is there anything wrong with what I just said? Yep, that's all perfect. Now for the finishing touches. No, there's nothing wrong with that. To finish, I have a few questions and one more request to make. Is that alright? Of course, feel free to ask me anything. The goddess had a look on her face that showed how relieved she was that this would finally be over. Alright, I guess I'll ask her. The first thing I'd like to ask about is the religions of this world. There's nothing scarier than religion after all. What are they like there? Or what are they like here? That's an easy one. Almost all religions of this world believe I'm the one and only God and worship me. How they pronounce and write my name varies slightly depending on the sect and the region, but they're all referring to me. The doctrines and laws of each also differ to a certain extent. Sorry, I butchered that. But since they all split off from the same thing, there isn't much difference between them fundamentally. They admonish any type of discrimination against a person's race or status, so I would say they're relatively moderate religions. I would assume demons and such would be their enemies, but since they don't actually exist, there aren't any problems there. So there was only one religion, huh? I didn't know if it wasn't a problem or a really big one. Then, would it be bad if someone formed a new religion, or if the current one were to die out? No, I wouldn't really mind. It's not like I'm actually a god after all. I'm just part of a long-lived and ancient species. Since I end up driving humans away due to my adjustments to the world and getting rid of distortions, it's more convenient for them to think of me as a divine being, so I won't really deny it. However, I'll also sometimes send out divine revelations to save them from great disasters and the like. My existence and the role I play have nothing to do with faith, but I'm fine with playing the part of a fictional goddess if it means imparting beneficial teachings that would support the lives of the people. While there aren't any significant problems regarding the doctrine of the religion, there hasn't been anything to oppose it all this time, and corrupt priests are beginning to spread like wildfire. There wouldn't be any problems if it were to disappear. After all, it's been 50 years since the last time I sent a revelation to this world. Though sometimes you'll find people claiming to be the new oracle, but that's nothing more than an egregious lie. I don't know how to say this word. How do you say this? How do you pronounce this, chat? Egregious? Egregious? I'm fine for next year! Egregious. Egregious. Ego. Said it mostly right the first time? Oh, nice. It's like one of those words that, you know, you'll read it in a book, but you don't really know how to say it. Egregious. Egregiously. Egregious. Egregious. Okay. Alright, let's continue. Are you guys, how you guys feeling so far, though? Oh, it's right here. Pretty good. Alright, I actually have to get some more water, so I'll be right back. I'll put music on. I'll be right back, I'll be right back. Hello! Thank you for all the super chats. I didn't do whatever you guys think I did, but thank you. Alright, shall we continue? Actually, I like reading. It's kind of cool reading together. I kind of like it. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you. More? It's entertaining and comfy and relaxing. You don't like reading? Well, it's okay if you don't like reading because I'm reading to you. It's different. More? Alright, let's continue. We left off egregious. Egregious lie. Okay. Now I'm starting to get mad. Maybe I'll send down some divine punishment for the first time in a few hundred years. Whoa, slow down. If you're going to do that, do it later and somewhere far away from me. Then, on to my next question. Would it be bad to do anything that would influence the world on a large scale? For example, if I were to spread techniques or ways of thinking from back on Earth? No, I wouldn't mind that at all, really. My job is to keep the space-time continuum stable, so I don't really plan on doing anything with this world's civilization. If it seemed like a large amount of living creatures were going to die for no reason, then I might try to lend them a hand. Sometimes I try helping out a particular organism just to kill time, but I never thought once about trying to influence the culture of this world to go in any specific direction. On that point, the supervisor for your world is really amazing for putting so much love and affection into the work he does for life on Earth. If you thought that way, then you should do it too. That way you could have something in common with God to talk about. Oh hey, maybe I should just tell her. Maybe I should just tell her that. Then why don't you try putting in some work as well? Oh no, you have no idea how much of a pain that is. If you don't have enough affection and patience for living things and leave it only halfway done, it turns into a real mess. I made a little mistake doing just that in the past, so I haven't been trying my hand at it lately. But if the god of my world were to see his junior working hard doing the same thing he was, don't you think he'd be happy about that? since you finally managed to make a connection with him now, you could go ask him for advice when you're in trouble or if you messed up on something. It'd be something in common for you. It'd be something in common you could both talk about. That's it! That's it! Oh, why didn't I figure that out sooner? I'm such an idiot. I'll start preparing to maintain the world again right away. Good. Just try your best not to mess anything up, okay? You're not going to mess up on purpose just so you can come back to me for more advice, right? I mean, you are the person in charge of this world, after all. Alright, I've got one last question then. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. It's just something I'm asking out of curiosity. Both you and the god in charge of Earth, how do I put it? You both talk like humans, even though I think you're both higher life forms that far surpass the likes of us humans. Despite that, the feelings you have for God are something on the same level as humans, and that feels really strange to me. I'm sorry if I made you feel bad. You don't really have to answer. I just wanted to ask at least once. It took some courage to ask that question, and there really wasn't any merit in asking it, but I was just so curious I couldn't help myself. If I didn't, I wouldn't be satisfied with why God treated me the way he did, and I wouldn't truly be able to relax and enjoy my life. This also had something to do with whether or not I would ask her my final request. I see. Well, of course you'd be curious about that. Then I'll explain this as simply as I can. If you don't understand or aren't satisfied with something, please think of it as, that's just how it is. Looks like she was going to tell me after all. The expression on her face seemed like it just got way more serious too. I was getting a powerful sense of intelligence from her eyes that I didn't feel before. It is true that we are beings that greatly differ from your species, but having no defined physical form, the appearance of myself and the being in charge of Earth being nothing more than a temporary form to match that of you humans. In addition, our mental processes and the speed at which we think are vastly different than your race. Not only are we long-lived, our perception of time differs as well. For that reason, the being you see before you is the consciousness of only one of the numerous parallel thought processes. Okay, sorry. This consciousness. What was I? For that reason, the being you see before you is the consciousness of only one of the numerous parallel thought processes from my true body. This consciousness, which had been given the role of watching over this world, has had its thought processing slowed down to the bare minimum and its intelligence lowered to the extreme for the purpose of interacting with your species. Oh, it's just... Wait a second. So she, like, dumbed herself down... And then processes. I think people pronounce it differently in different areas. Processes. Anyways, yeah, she had to dumb herself down to interact with us lowly mortals. Yeah, both are fine. Okay, let's continue. But to be completely honest, this is all quite enjoyable. If I were to explain it in a way you would understand, it would be a sensation similar to watching an infant crawl around, or watching a small child play some silly game that you don't have the slightest clue in why they find it to be entertaining. Something along those lines. I don't know if I got the point across well enough or not. Rather, my other, much more intelligent parallel thought processes are enjoying the emotion I'm feeling right now. The sense of respect I feel toward the being in charge of Earth is genuine. Or rather, the foundation that makes up my real body, has a profound respect for that being's true form, which would most likely be the cause of why I hold such strong feelings for them. My current body and real body are one and the same after all. Just like myself, the supervisor in charge of Earth is only an extremely small portion of the foundation of that being's consciousness. So they seem like a person well worthy of my respect for them. Or something like that. And so, considering the situation that being found themselves in, they approached you in earnest and did what they thought was right for you. Why did I put think in there? Did what they thought was right for you. To be honest, I think they may be a bit excessive in their approach, but that is very much like that being, which is wonderful in and of itself. That is why I want to respect their intentions as much as possible. Was that clear enough, I hope? Was that clear, chat? Did I mess it up too much for you to understand? Yeah, well, I wouldn't say she's lonely, but she just has a lot of respect for that great being guy that is responsible for Earth. The one responsible for making VTubers. It's okay. You explained. Okay, okay. As she finished talking, the intense expression on her face reverted back to the happy-go-lucky feeling she had before. Did she boost her level of intelligence just for that conversation? I felt like that was probably the case. If she didn't, then the difference in how she talked up until now would be too huge. If that was how she normally was, I would have never gotten my item box, let alone the other services she would provide me. Or maybe all that was the service she was talking about. Well, no matter. All I could do now was give it my all and taking on this girl in front of me. Yes, I understand. Well, it's not like I understand everything, actually, but I feel like I have a handle on most of it. So, thank you very much. With that, I've asked everything I wanted to. All I have left is one final request. Swallowing my spit with a gulp, I asked a question. Please be my friend. The goddess froze up, her mouth hanging open. It's fine, right? I don't have a single friend in this world. I only had 2 in the last one, even. Oh, that's cute. I went woozy for just a moment, but I planted my feet firmly on the ground and waited it out. Alright, I've gotten the hang of this now. But even though I was finally used to it, I'd never get another chance to put that experience to use, probably. Well, here I was in one of those other worlds I'd heard so much about. It was supposed to be called Vernie or something. After Celeste came out of her cosmic entity mode, she happily agreed to be my friend and threw her arms around me. It seemed her galaxy brain powers only lasted for when she was explaining everything to me back then. Once she finished, she just went back to her previous happy-go-lucky self. She spent a good amount of time rubbing up against me, having me think up new ways to get her closer to God. And a whole bunch of other things as well. When I was finally freed from our little bonding session, that was when I found myself standing in this new world. It looked like I was standing about halfway up some sort of small hill, and I could see some sparse clumps of trees all around me. There was a town way off in the distance, but it wasn't surrounded by walls or anything. Seemed like it was full of fairly normal-looking buildings, as far as I could tell. I should probably be aiming for the town for now, but before that, I wanted to check out my new body. I'd be spending a long time with it after all, so I wanted to be thorough with it. So I wanted... Did I read that one? Oh, there we go. About it. Okay. Had to make sure... Hold on, my brain is failing right now. Hold on, give me a second. I'll drink water. Yeah, we're gonna do body review. Had to make sure to send my complaints to Celeste if there was anything wrong with it, and I could ask for just extra stuff at the same time. Just call me Kaoru Almighty. I doubt Celeste was going to give me her powers or anything, but if I kept complaining about her though... if I kept complaining about her though... Sorry. With that, I began running all sorts of tests on myself, including stretching out, jumping around, patting myself down in a bunch of different places, stuff like that. The results, it seemed like I was really back to the body I had when I was 15 years old. I couldn't check my face since I didn't have a mirror or anything, but it at least felt right from what I can tell. Still, you didn't have to get every single detail right, Celeste. I wouldn't have minded a bit more strength or some more endurance or, a little bust enhancement wouldn't have hurt. I would have been completely fine with that. Damn it. Height-wise, I thought there was maybe a 1 centimeter difference between 15-year-old me and me at 22. So it didn't feel like much had changed. I was about 157 centimeters. Hey, that's the same height as me. No, wait. No, Ina, it's the same height as Ina. Or is it me? I forget. Either me or Ina's that tall. I was about 157 centimeters, or a little under 5 feet 2 inches for all you people stateside. Ina's height. I was a little bit heavier back then too. Instead of thinking about maintaining my body, I was more focused on things like club activities. And my appetite. Man, I was so young then. Super serious. What I really had beef with was my chest. Yeah, back when I was 22, I could barely call myself a B cup, but now, sadly enough, I was a solid A. No, this was a rarity. Only 1 in 20 people in Japan had the privilege of bearing this status nowadays. Celeste was the same too, so I guess that made us matching now. Maybe that was why she was so happy when I asked her if we could be friends. Wait, Celeste had the ability to change how she looked to how... Wait, Celeste had the ability to change how she looked to whatever she wanted, didn't she? Hold on, just calm down. Now wasn't the time to be getting angry at her. Yet. Deep breaths. For the time being, the body check was over. Next up, the power check. I thought I'd give my most important ability a shot. Potion creation. I stuck out my right hand and concentrated. Give me a health potion that tastes like a sports drink. I tried imagining the container being one of those small plastic bottles you saw everywhere for drinks. The next instant, I held a bottle from a famous drink company right in my hand, filled to the brim with the exact contents I'd been thinking of. After twisting the cap off and taking a swig, I found it really did have the slightly bittersweet taste of a sports drink. I wasn't tired or anything, so I wasn't really sure if it was healing me at all. But I was going to have to put my faith in Celeste and believe it must have some sort of effect if I could already do this much. The next thing I needed to check was my item box. Item box open! I concentrated and poured everything I had into focusing my mind as I stuck my right hand out. It wasn't like I really had to do all that, apparently, but since this was my momentous first use of the item box, I wanted to make it seem as cool as possible. Slipping my wrist inside an invisible space in the air, a list of my inventory appeared inside my head. Inventory empty. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. It wasn't like I was hoping for you to put something in there as a little extra service, Celeste. No, not at all. Like, seriously, I wasn't disappointed in the slightest. It wasn't like I was hoping for some sort of divine sword that split heaven and earth, or a whole bunch of useful items for every situation you could think of to be stuffed in there for me. Nope, not this girl. Next time I saw Celeste, I thought I'd tell her all about a certain arrogant king of heroes who loved his flashy gold armor, and maybe some stories about a certain blue cat thing with a huge pocket on its belly for good measure. Blue cat thing? Gilgamesh? Oh. And Doraemon. Oh, yeah. Weebs. Or was I? Anyway, it looked like that was that for now. I wouldn't know about the language thing until I met some other people first. Alright, time to head to that town. I bet I'll come across some type of road if I just go down this hill. I took a big stretch, then lightly brushed off my pants before setting off. I made sure to have Celeste change my outfit to the type of clothes you'd find in this world before she sent me here. I mean, it'd be somewhat of a problem for me if she just tossed me into this world stark naked, so I made doubly sure to ask her for clothes. I felt like I could have been in danger if I didn't. Seriously, knowing what she was like, I had a really bad feeling about it. My danger senses were going into overdrive, I tell you. After walking for a little while, I noticed a little squirrelish creature staring at me from one of the tree branches above me. Risu? Hey, you up there in the tree. Is this the right way to get to a town with people in it? As I gave it a nonchalant smile. Nonchalant. Am I saying that right? I feel like that's one of those words that I read and then I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Nonchalant. It sounds like dip. It's right? Okay. And as I gave it a nonchalant smile, the small critter replied, "Yep, that's right. Just go straight ahead." Oh, thanks a bunch. You really helped me out. Hey, no problem. I walked in silence for a bit, eventually coming to a stop and placing both hands on a nearby tree. I then proceeded to bash my head against it repeatedly. Understand, read, and write in any language. Understand, read, and write in any language. Celeste, why did you decide to go that far with my special service power? That little guy from before couldn't write too, could he? I was beginning to get a little freaked out by that, so I was just going to stop thinking now. We can talk to squirrels! Whoa! That'd be pretty cool. I mean, usually with like, Isekai, usually you're pretty OP. There was a manga that I really liked that pretty much the whole manga was about like, how the character was just so OP, there was nothing for him to do when he got isekai into another world. It's called like Kawazu-san and the Frog or something. I don't remember. It was a really funny manga. And they give all these different species like computers, and they all start blogs. It's funny. Frog, yeah, something. It's like Kawazu-san. If you look up Kawazu-san manga Frog Isekai, it should show up. The sun had already gotten pretty low in the sky. Oh, the sun had already gotten pretty low in the sky. The town looked close back on the hill, but it still seemed like I had a ways to go. A little while later, I finally found something that resembled a highway leading to a town, but it was pretty far away. I'd heard things looked much closer than they really were when you were somewhere high up. So I guess this was a prime example of that, huh? I always loved reading, so I had a pretty good repertoire of random knowledge. I even chose a science major in college, and I had a deep respect for all the mad scientists out there who sacrifice everything for the sake of their research. But I had no intention of doing anything like that myself. I was starting to get pretty thirsty along the way, not to mention tired, so I ended up downing a bunch more potions along the way. I noticed because obviously it's a translation, but like in the writing there's so many repetitive words. Like sometimes it feels weird to read repetitive word after repetitive word, you know? They actually helped me feel more energized, and I killed 2 birds with 1 stone since they slaked my thirst too. There was a drug back on Earth that could get rid of all your fatigue as well, wasn't there? What was it called again? I remember it was a combination of the Greek words for love and labor. So, Filippo... I was getting freaked out again, so I stopped thinking about it. Again. Wait, what? What? I don't understand this paragraph. You guys. Okay. It was Asakoko? Oh, I see. This potion doesn't have any weird side effects to it, right? Also, if Celeste was supposed to drop me close to town, how come she put me so far away? It was dangerous to leave things to Celeste. I knew she probably didn't mean anything bad by it, but her basis for judgment was a bit screwy, to say the least. Well, the way she saw things was probably way different than a human would, so I guess that was just how it was. That didn't change the fact that it still felt dangerous to leave it up to her, so I was just going to try and do my best to get through everything on my own. For now, I was just relieved with the fact that I made sure to specify I actually wanted clothes. And I was a little miffed that I'd made it this far with no resistance whatsoever. At this rate, it seemed totally possible that cats were going to end up being the villains here or something. It was a little bit after the sun had set, there appeared to be only one in this world, that I finally made it into town. It was just before it was completely dark outside, so I'd say I was cutting it pretty close. There were no walls surrounding the town, which meant there were no gatekeepers here either. It seemed like people could come and go as they pleased. It wasn't like it was the royal capital or a huge bustling city or anything. It was just a small rural town that didn't hold any strategic value whatsoever. I'd bet there weren't really any benefits for using all the money you'd need to build up the walls surrounding the town. The cost to maintain it, paying the people necessary to staff it, and just the general inconvenience of it all. I'd be in a bit of a rut if you needed some sort of ID to get in and out of town, so I was thankful about that. I went ahead and made 4 healing potions before I headed into town, 3 blue ones and a single yellow one. I wanted to make more than that, but I was empty-handed at the moment. I didn't even have a bag to carry my stuff in. I might get myself into trouble if I suddenly used my item box without knowing what did and didn't fly in this world. And I would look like a total weirdo if I just carried it in my hands. I ended up shoving 2 potions in each of the chest pockets on my clothes Potions. Chest pocket. Is she patting? Like you guys asked me and accused me of, huh? Not lewd. Not lewd, no. I arranged them by color according to a game I had played a long time ago. There were 3 types of healing potions: blue, yellow, and red, with each one more potent and valuable than the last. Since it was so easy to tell them apart at a glance, I decided to adopt those colors for my own labeling system as well. The blue ones were just your run-of-the-mill potions that could heal your everyday external wounds like gashes, bruises, that sort of thing. Yellow was your intermediate potions, and fixed up things like internal damage and broken bones, in addition to the other wounds the blue could. Finally, you had your red potions, which were powerful enough to bring you back from the brink of death. But you'd want to wait and see if the situation could be solved by taking a blue or yellow potion first. My policy would be to at least wait a day before deciding to use a red potion. But what if they're like dying? I make my goal for today to get enough money for dinner and a place to sleep, so there was no reason for me to take any risks while I still didn't know up from down in this world. I think we're only gonna read until the end of this chapter, and then we'll stop there, okay? Just letting you guys know. We have a goal now. Alright, let's continue. I headed along the main road until I found an inn so I could check out the rates. A night at the inn with dinner and breakfast cost 4 silver coins. I guess the silver coin was something like 1,000 yen then? If that was the case, then I guess my blue potions were worth 1 coin. And my yellow, about 5? Well, I should be fine for tonight so long as I could scrounge up 5 coins. After I decided to head to the Hunter's Guild right away, after asking nearby hunter where it was. Well, I'd say the building in front of me definitely seemed like a hunter's guild. There was a mark on the front with a sword and a spear clashing with each other, and the sign on the front said Hunter's Guild. Alright, I can actually read it. Yeah. Gotta get pumped up for the rest of it. The place had swinging doors that looked like they were right out of a Western flick. I didn't know if it was because it was nighttime or what, but those swinging doors were the only things being kept open, while the normal doors were shut tight. I bet it was the opposite during the day, so long as it wasn't winter or if the weather was bad or something. It was kind of hard to get myself to go inside, but if I didn't go in there, then I could say goodbye to having dinner and a place to sleep tonight. I steeled myself and finally made my way through the door. I shouted out, "Anyone here?" in my mind, but in reality I slipped in through the barely ajar doors without saying a word. Life was cruel, however, and the bell hanging above the door made the loudest, jangling sound you could imagine as I snuck inside, causing everyone in the room to stare directly at the entrance to the guild, and at me. It looked like working hours were over for most of the receptionists here, since most of the counters were completely devoid of people. Only one of them was still open. I wondered if that was the nighttime service counter or something, but no one was lined up there. In stark contrast with this side, the area just behind the counter was roaring with activity. There were tons of tables all lined up over there with people who were probably hunters stuffing their faces and downing all kinds of alcohols. They chatted away with each other. You know what I'm imagining in my head? Like because I guess I haven't really read that much Isekai, but I'm just imagining like the building in Konosuba where like they always go to get their quest and stuff. I mean, it's probably the same for like most Isekai anyways, but it's like that one specifically. Okay, where was I? It looked like there was some sort of counterweight in the back, providing food and drinks for everyone. Yeah, these kinds of places always seem to be set up like this. Wait, shouldn't this be the part where someone says, "Hey, this ain't no place for a kid," or something? Or maybe, "Hey there, little missy, how about pouring us another glass of the good stuff?" You know, something like that. Huh? Why were they ignoring me? I mean, it wasn't like I wanted to get involved or anything. It was just, I had my pride as a woman. And I felt like that pride was being slowly chipped away. No, it was nothing. I was just going to head over to that counter now like a good girl. And so, here I was. I'd made it to the nighttime counter. The receptionist here looked pretty intense, and she gave off a harsh vibe. But I bet she didn't want to hear that from me, especially when people always told me I was the one who always had a harsh look in her eyes. There were no other counters open right now, so it looked like I had to take my chances with the scary lady. Excuse me? She's totally glaring at me. But still, I couldn't back down now. My dinner and my place to stay were both riding on this. All those potions I drank earlier were sloshing around in my stomach right now, but I wanted some actual solid food, dang it. You should make a potion where when you pour it on like a rock, it turns it into a burger. Oh, and a soft bed as well. Of course. Is it possible for me to sell potions here? You're kidding me, right? What are potions? Some type of medicine? Go to the apothecary. If that's what you have, why would you even bring him to the Hunters Guild? Are you stupid or something? Apothecary? Did I say that right? Eep! Burger potion! Yes? Okay. Shot down. Right, so this wasn't the right place to sell potions. Then that meant I had to at least try and move on to the next step. I'm sorry, this is my first time leaving my hometown in the sticks, so I don't really know anything. If I don't sell these, I won't be able to eat or find a place to stay tonight. Where could I find the apothecary and the doctor? Yeah, fat chance either of them would be open right now. Besides, the doctor's out of town for a while since he's off to a nearby village. And the apothecary went to a neighboring town to see a couple that just got married. Seems like they had a kid or something or other. I'd say they'll probably be back sometime tomorrow or the next day, though. It's all over. I slumped down to the floor, my dreams of hot food and a warm bed fading into nothingness. Why didn't Celeste have any money ready for me before she set me loose here? The answer was simple, of course. Because she was Celeste. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! My tears were completely blurring my vision at this point. Thankfully for me, it looked like the sharp-eyed receptionist had a heart of gold after all. After watching my miserable breakdown, she took pity on me and came to my rescue. Alright, guess there's no way around it. I'm in charge of the place till morning, so I'll use my authority to help you out a little. I'll say it now, but this is only for tonight, got it? There's no next time for this, even for the days I'm on duty again. Yes, I got it. Thank you very much. A drowning woman would take any lifeline she could get, and it was safe to say I was pretty desperate right now. Then, first off, I'll let you borrow one of the folding beds we use for the employees who need some emergency shut-eye. I can't actually let you into the staff-only area or anything like that. Oh, sorry, I used the lady's voice I was kind of using. I can't actually let you into the staff-only area or anything like that, but you'll have to make do with one of the corners around here. If you come crying to me about how the floorboards are too hard or if your blanket is too thin or something, I'm tossing you back to the streets. Understood. Next up is food. I don't plan on giving you any kind of money, so you'll have to do something about that on your own. I'll be nice and give you permission to work here for the night, so go earn your dinner money by selling your potions or whatever to those hunters back there. You could also run errands, rub their shoulders, or pour them drinks or something. That could also be a good way to get them to share some of their food with you. However, the receptionist slammed a hand down onto the counter for emphasis. However, no selling your body, got that? If you do, I'll beat you and the guy who paid for you half to death before kicking you out. So make sure that sits tight in that pretty little head of yours. We can't sell our body! Oh no! That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. It's dangerous. Could be dangerous. We have potions anyways. We don't need to do that. She glared even harder at me with those piercing eyes of hers. Even though I was able to pull off being pretty firm with God and Celeste, I wasn't about to push my luck with a receptionist from hell here. I bowed over and over to express my gratitude before scurrying off to the dining hall, packed with tipsy patrons. If the doctor and the apothecary were out of town, then I should have plenty of chances to peddle my potions to everyone. The receptionist's shouts rang throughout the dining hall, clearly audible for everyone to hear. Despite the harsh look in her eyes, the hunters were all totally on board for doing anything they could to help the cute young girl and her plight, with her plight. Not to mention, they were all pretty used to women with harsh expressions thanks to that receptionist, Gilda. Gilda. Kaoru looked to be about 15 years old, but that was only if she was still in Japan. To the people from the land of the rising sun, Westerners who were 12 or 13 looked like high schoolers. Even college students, if they were unlucky enough. The opposite was true, of course. There were plenty of cases where Westerners could mistake a fully grown Japanese woman for children. To this day, the fact that they would be given all sorts of candy and treats when traveling abroad never ceased to baffle these women. Is this true? I don't know if this is true, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Next, continue. In this world, people looked at Kaoru like she was around 12 years old at best. The sharp-eyed receptionist included. If she actually did look to be 15 or older, there was a chance everyone here wouldn't have been this nice to her. It was possible they could have told her to put up with an empty stomach for a night and just sleep outside since she was an adult. No matter what world you ended up in, it seemed like children and all the beautiful people were still the only ones to get special treatment. Would anyone care for a potion? The blue potions can heal any type of cut or wound, and they only cost 1 silver coin. The yellow one can cure everything from broken bones to internal damage, all for the low price of 5 silver coins. That was the sales pitch Kaoru tried going with, but all she got from the hunters she was trying to help were bitter smiles. A single silver coin could buy about 3 or 4 mugs of ale, and all it would take was another silver coin to get you a decent amount of food or other snacks. No matter how much they wanted to help her, they weren't about to cough up a silver coin for medicine a kid probably made out of weeds or something. They might have been able to at least laugh it off and call it some type of diet supplement if she made it cheaper, but that would only be if it was for a few copper coins. They would have sprung for a small silver coin at least. Small silver coin. There's like a big silver coin and a small silver. Okay, never mind. Kaoru was beginning to panic once she realized the potions she was proud of probably weren't going to sell. Why can't I sell these things? There seem to be plenty of injured hunters here from what I could see. Were they planning on having their friends heal them up with the magic later? Maybe they had to rely on potions when they were on the job, but didn't have a healer in their party. But they could get healed on the cheap from another party's healer when they were back in town. It was true, you probably didn't need to worry about MP when you were back. And they may be able to get fixed up for the same price if the same price it would cost to treat them to a drink or something. Why doesn't she just give some out for free? Because she can just make them. It doesn't cost her anything to make them, right? So she could just give them out for free. Crap, I made my prices too high. But wait, they should need potions when they're out there on the job too. I could be making all sort of trouble for myself if I make them too cheap. What should I do? A tough, middle-aged hunter called out to Kaoru as she agonized over her next move. Hey, little missy, think you could rub my right leg for me? I think I might have been too rough with it today since it feels like it could cramp up any second. Man, that hurt like hell if it did. How about we make your payment these 2 sausages here? Don't take that the wrong way, chat. 1 leg rub coming right up. Kaoru happily bounded over to the man out of sheer joy. She'd always given her mom and dad massages for tips, so she was fairly confident in her skills. The hunter was just about the same age as her dad as well, so she didn't shy away from doing it at all. It was almost the exact same feeling as when she would do it to her dad. Besides, who could say if the man really was feeling like he would cramp up, or if he simply made it up as an excuse to give Kaoru something to eat. No matter the reason, the hunter's eyes were half closed in pure bliss as Kaoru put her all into massaging his leg, which was around the time the other hunters started getting rowdy as they saw that. Do me next, my shoulders need a good rubbing, and I'll give you 2 of these chicken skewers for it. I got a quarter of a boar steak for you if you can give me a back massage. Only a quarter of a steak. Maybe it's a really big steak. It's all gonna get stuck in her throat if you just keep giving her food. Here, I've got a mug of grape juice for you. That's way more valuable than these scraps they keep trying to give you. Damn, then I've got fruit. Go ahead and ask me for anything you want. Oh, but peaches are out of the question. Those things are way too expensive. Oh, come on, you lazy bum. It's the hunter spirit to act tough. Man up and get the girl a peach, damn it. But, the fierce-looking receptionist took a look back at the dining hall. Sorry, froze for a second. I had a hiccup, but the fierce-looking receptionist took a look back at the dining hall, somewhat raising her eyebrows. It even looked like the corners of her mouth were pulled up ever so slightly. Perhaps you could call that a smile on her part, though there were very few hunters who'd believe that theory. That went especially for those who knew just what type of personality she had. After a short while of Kaoru being fed by the hunters, she finally managed to say, "Please, no more food. I'm stuffed, so I'll take copper coins if you can spare them," to which the hunters gladly obliged. Suddenly, the doors to the guild were flung wide open. It happened a little while after Kaoru had eaten her fill and was starting to get paid in copper coins. A female hunter who looked to be in her mid-20s came bursting in the guild, shouting, "Someone show me where the doctor is! I've got someone seriously wounded here. Wounded. That's how I used to say that word before I realized I was wrong. I've got someone seriously wounded here. Tell them to get their clinic open." Wounded. I didn't know. I was like 11, okay? I didn't know. Wounded. Just a second later, a man around his early 30s with a well-defined physique rushed in carrying another blood-soaked man on his back. They were followed by an archer who looked like he had just turned 20, who was carrying a sword and some armor which probably belonged to the injured man. "He got done in by a gray bear," the man shouted as he carried his wounded comrade. "Please, we have to hurry." I can't, I'll do better. I'll do better. Okay. The receptionist came running out from behind the counter, her usual intimidating demeanor replaced by a more serious expression on her face. Facing the four who just came in, she told them the one thing they didn't want to hear. "Doctor's gone out to one of the nearby settlements and won't return for some time. The apothecary's also left for a neighboring town. I don't know if they'll return by tomorrow or sometime later than that. All the hunters here are familiar with emergency first aid techniques, so our only hope is to cooperate with them while using any medicinal herbs you have on hand." Expressions of despair clouded the party members' faces. Anyone here could tell it was obvious these weren't the type of wounds that could be handled by amateurs. They laid the injured man down on a blanket spread out on one of the tables, standing around in a daze. "What are you all doing?" Kaoru shouted. "We need to hurry up and cast a healing spell on him. With this many hunters, there should be at least 1 or 2 healers around, right? Also, you should be giving them your high-grade potions. A person's life is on the line here. You can just get them to pay you back afterward. Why are you all just standing around? Come on, guys!" The hunters continued standing where they were, blank expressions on their faces, as if they couldn't comprehend what Kaoru was yelling about in her sudden outburst. "Forget it. Just get out of the way. I'll do it." She pushed aside the people standing in her path to make it to the table where the injured man laid. His armor was already off, so she went ahead and swiped a knife from the middle-aged man who carried him in to begin cutting away the parts of his clothes near his injuries. The wounds were out in the open, blood still pouring from the gashes. "Hey!" Kaoru ignored the flustered man. She didn't have time to deal with him now. "Somebody bring me the strongest alcohol you've got. Bottle and all. Hurry!" With dumbfounded responses, a few of the hunters ran off to the food and drink counter and brought back many bottles of booze with them. Kaoru used her teeth to pull out the corks before dousing the man's wounds with the contents of the bottle. The injured man had been unconscious up until now, but as soon as the alcohol touched him, his back arched as he began screaming bloody murder. "Ah! I know it hurts, but it beats being dead. Pain is proof you're still alive." The men didn't say a word. They could only stand around watching, their eyes wide open, as Kaoru took one of the potions she made from her pocket. Specifically the yellow one. She held it out towards the female hunter who had come rushing in the guild first. "Make him drink this. I only have one of the yellow kind, so don't spill it." Maybe it was because the woman got the hint from the intensity of Kaoru's expression, or maybe it was because she just wanted some hope to cling to. But she nodded silently and took the yellow potion. She moved the injured man's head so his neck was completely straight, then took some of the potion inside her own mouth. She grabbed the man's chin to open his mouth, then used mouth to mouth to feed him some of the potion. She did it twice, then a third time, until the entirety of the yellow potion had made it down the injured man's throat. At the same time, Kaoru was pouring the blue potion directly onto the man's wounds. Not only was the alcohol she asked for earlier acting as a disinfectant, but she was using it to wash away the blood and dirt as well, so she could apply her potions directly onto his injuries. She took out a second blue potion and drenched him in it as well. That's when the effects began appearing, and dramatically at that. The flame of life looked to be all but extinguished from the man when he first came in, but after drinking the yellow potion and having 2 blue potions poured onto his injuries, the deathly pallor in the man's face was replaced with color once more. Not only that, his once torn skin bubbled and swelled as it knitted itself back together again before everyone's eyes. He had already stopped bleeding and his breathing had become stable. His injuries alone hadn't been enough to bring him to death's door in a single blow, but rather, he'd been brought back to the brink of death due to a significant amount of time passing after suffering so much internal damage and blood loss. That was the reason his wounds didn't call for a red potion, but could be dealt with using yellow ones. Did I read that right? I feel like I messed it up. Okay, anyways. Pouring the blue potions directly onto his injuries had proved effective as well. It wasn't a perfect recovery, however, since it wasn't as if the potions could replace the blood he lost. But everyone who saw what had just happened knew what it meant. He was going to be alright. The specter of death no longer looming over him, the female hunter was clinging to the injured man, while the middle-aged man who carried him in could only stand there in a daze. The young archer who was carrying all the equipment had already sank to the floor. Maybe it was because he'd been too busy worrying about his injured friend, but the middle-aged man had a deep gash on his left arm that was still bleeding. Kaoru was amazed at just how tenacious and focused his body was to carry another man while looking like that. However, he was losing a bit too much blood from his wound, judging from his wound. Water break! We're doing great. We're almost there. We're almost to the end. Are you guys enjoying it so far? I'll take water. Yes. Understandable. Understandable. I feel like some of you guys will just enjoy it. Like if I was just reading gibberish, you'd say yes. I enjoy it. Oh, we're almost there. Where was I? Judging by how deep the gash ran, it would take a considerable amount of time for it to heal. And there was always a chance it could end up leaving a scar. That would be a bit of a waste. No, it would be a huge waste for a guy like him, smoldering middle-aged men with the treasure of all humanity. Kaoru silently offered her last blue potion to the man. What are you doing? You think I could just use something as valuable as that on just a few scratches? Quiet, you. Just shut up and drink. Yeah, okay. After being glared at with Kaoru's trademark harsh eyes, the man obediently took the potion and drank it, all down. The next moment, the deep gashes on his arm healed and closed themselves. The guild hall had fallen into a dead silence when somebody muttered under their breath, "It's a miracle." The next moment, the hall erupted into cheers. Yeah! Oh, sorry, hold it. I was trying to clear that. That was me laughing. Okay. Alright. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Ready? Yeah! Yay! It wasn't lewd, it was me laughing. Atta girl, little missy, atta girl! I had her rub my leg. What the hell was I thinking? That was to help her out when she was hungry, so there shouldn't be any problem there. Why was I such an idiot? Why didn't I buy that medicine for a silver coin back then? Mugs were shattered in hearty toast. The tipsy hunters kept on shouting while Kaoru was being tossed about like a ship in a storm in the middle of it all. It was pandemonium, a scene right out of hell that was centered around an angel, one that just happened to have a very harsh look in her eyes. Yeah, it's good. It's good marketing. It's good marketing for her business. Now everybody will know. And now they're saying that her potions are like, they're too cheap. And she couldn't get anybody to buy. But it makes sense. That's how you gotta market. You gotta market a product. You gotta show it first, and then people will buy it. Just like this book, where you can get it on Bookwalker. For using my code, you can get 600 yen off your next purchase. Okay. Where is this? Here we go. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. We should read super chat from the stream, I think. We still have time. Let me check something. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I just for the Smash, you know, for Smash later, because we're gonna play Smash in 2 hours. I believe it will be on Ina's channel, by the way. If you guys were wondering, like, if we're all gonna stream it, or if it'll be on Gitta's channel or my channel, it's gonna be on Ina's channel when we play Smash. Now you guys know. I'm just sorting that out. Okay, let's read some super chat. We'll go back to this screen, and we'll put the music back on. Oh, first I want to know what you guys thought. What'd you guys think of the reading stream? Will I be reading more? Honestly, I don't know if I'm allowed to read the whole book. I don't know. Understandable. It's very nice. It's dope. It's great. I enjoyed it. More? I had to see, because, well, yeah, some people... Maybe if you guys like it, maybe I'll do more, but... We'll see. I like reading. I mean, I just like reading in general, so for me... You know, it's also good practice for me as well, because... reading out loud, it'll help with, like, my pronunciation of stuff. I already feel like I already got a lot of help from reading. Maybe we can read something more lewd. Oh, maybe that'll be members-only content. Alright, we'll see. Maybe we'll continue. I don't know how long I'm allowed to read for. Okay. One second. I've been told that when I type, it just sounds like I'm randomly smashing on the keyboard. Because I type really fast, like when I take a speed typing test, it's so much, you know, having to like read and all you got is all punctuation and stuff. But like when I'm typing message to other people, I type really fast. I can read BL fanfics. It's a good book. I like it. It's pretty interesting. I would like it more if it had like some romance, but I have a feeling it's gonna be like the same in her previous life, where she won't be able to find like a husband or anything because she's too busy working. If there's romance, I would like it a lot better. A little romance, yeah, because that was like her whole goal. So what? How is she gonna have kids? I feel like it's gonna be a running joke in the book where it's like, oh, I want to have kids, but I can't have kids with any of these people because they're not interested in me. And also the fact that there's like that weird thing where it's like I look like I'm 12, so I don't know. Alright, we'll read super chat. We'll read super chat. By the way, yes, we do have a rerun. We do have a rerun going in the background of the parade from Thanksgiving, so you guys can look at that while I'm reading super chat. I actually have. I don't really look at like the numbers of stream, but I was curious how many people would be interested in like watching this type of stream or listening to this type of stream. I'm actually surprised with the amount. I thought it would be less. Well, yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised. Okay, super chat. Yes, you are late. If you're just coming in now, you missed the book, but it'll be archived. So if you want something to listen to, put on in the background. You can listen to me read to you. It's just like, you know, at the start of a book, you get all this exposition stuff out of the way, like world building stuff out of the way. So it's a lot of like, just explaining how stuff works. Now we're just getting to like the start of the actual adventure. I have to make... I should make a little... Let me open up. Shut up! I gotta get rid of that. I'll tell you guys a little bit. I can't believe it's already Friday already. Didn't this week go by super fast for you guys? I felt like it went by super fast for me. Alright, I gotta make a little notepad thingy here. Okay, so far I only have read the super chats from this stream this week, I think. It felt really fast for me. Like already we'll be making schedule again in a few days. Well, I'll tell you for next week, because I'm expecting computer, my new computer. So I'll probably take a few days off, just to make sure everything's set up properly, and like my usual day off to like relax and stuff. So next week, the start of the week is gonna be a little empty because yeah, I want to make sure everything is set up properly. And I'll clean my desk. Yeah, new computer is very exciting. It's a kind of stressful. Like I'm glad I didn't have to build it because it can be stressful, like setting everything up, especially when I have like streams to do. But it's still kind of stressful, like having to set everything else up again. I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm hoping there's like room in the tower where I can put my hard drive. Cause yeah, it's pre-built. It's pre-built. Yeah, I got a 3080. What are the specs? Hold on, I sent them to Gouda recently, so I think I have them here. I got a Ryzen 7 5800 processor. 32 gigs of RAM. No, you usually don't need that much, but it's good tech. You know, why not? I have more. 3080, 10 gigabyte GPU. 1050 power supply unit. And I never had an M2 before. SSD, but I have one of those. And what else do you guys want to hear about? That's like pretty much the main stuff. Yeah. It's beefy, yeah. Is Ina here? Somebody said hello to Ina. Monitor? I have an Asus 144Hz monitor. But I've had that for a while. A good mouse pad? Actually, you know like those mouse pads that have the titties on them? Those are... I had one before and those are like... They're just decorative. You can't actually use them to play games. I thought I could actually use it as a mouse pad, but it hurts the wrist. You know, trying to rest in between the pie. It hurts. So maybe a good mouse pad actually wouldn't be too bad. Hi, what did Ina say? Alright, let me unpin this message. What should I pin? I feel like I should use the pin thing. Oh, I moved it. That's not what I meant to do. I just meant to unpin it. It's still pinned! I broke it. Ah! Maybe if I pin a new one. Okay, what should I say? Reading super chat. Now. Okay, now we pin it. Replace pin message. Did it work? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay, RTA PC setup. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know Ina also got a new PC recently too. It's pretty stressful. Okay, super chat time. If you guys are heading out because you're like, what super chat reading? Well, I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye. Okay, now let's read super chats. Chiliax, thank you. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was pretty good. You know, I talked a little bit to my family, and we spent, you guys and you guys and me and you guys, we spent a lot of time together. That was nice. The Thanksgiving stream was really fun, and I think it went pretty well. And I was gonna say, oh yeah, and then I ended up just like ordering a burger. It sucked. I ended up ordering a burger because I was like, I really don't have anything to make except pasta and potatoes. So I ordered a burger and the burger was burned and it sucked. I should order better food today to make up for it. Pasta! Okay. Rocky Raccoon, thank you. Chan Maru, thank you. Amifu, thank you. I love the Thanksgiving special. I love your parade of singing, and I love you too. Thumbnail's too cute. I hope you had a nice day. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it and have fun. Thank you, thank you. Lord Turnip, thank you. Joel, thank you. The Jaeger, thank you. Hungry Llama, thank you. On this day, I'm thankful for glasses, Amelia. Maybe at some point I can get glasses. I look super smart. But maybe like gold frame glasses or something, or like similar to my monocle. You know, something that fits. 'Cause I think the one I used as thumbnail, well, I was just like rushing to make it, so. Thin frame glasses. I like thin frame glasses better. Christian, thank you. Mipri, thank you. Nep-san, arigatou. Hold on. We gotta have the katakana stream soon. I haven't been practicing. I was reading right. Sighting. I got it. Thank you. I was reading it right. I thought I didn't. Okay, moving on. I got a little workbook where I've been like practicing drawing, like writing the katakana. Wait, let me look at my schedule. When is that? Because I gotta practice before. It's tomorrow. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. We'll be fine. I'll practice today. After Smash. And then we have the Dark Knight later. That's scheduled though, so you guys should know. Okay, Star Creator, thank you. Does that count as a bedtime story? George, thank you. Congrats on first sponsored stream. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys use that code that's under in the channel under the video in the description, if you guys use that code, if you want to get some legally acquired, high quality translated manga or light novels, you can use that code, and all the information is down there too. It should work for anyone who uses it. I don't know, actually. I don't know. I'm just saying that, but probably. Jer, thank you. Buy another player, thank you. Listen to it while I'm at work. Oh, enjoy your work. I hope it goes by fast. Zypher, thank you. Money for the money, gremlin. No, I'm not a money gremlin. Chan Vitson, thank you. Shiniax, thank you. Good morning. Dennis, thank you. I shall survive using Asakoko potions, or I shall survive using Watson concoction potion. Novem, thank you. No, it's not TF2BL fanfic. No. Why do you guys want that so bad? You guys are weird. Slocham, thank you. Omedeto, thank you. Kevy, thank you. Amelia Aritson. The Witty Brit, thank you. Mipri, thank you. FUNA MCs are always 404 men not found, but she's trying to have babies. Novem, thank you. A Preppy Penguin, thank you. Yeah, you guys can fall asleep to my voice now if you want to fall asleep while listening to the story. Hungry Llama, thank you. Perfect stream for a 3-hour drive ahead of me. Oh, okay. Be careful while you're driving. Don't get distracted by my crazy good looks and not wearing my coat. Okay, don't get distracted. Doomsday Dan, thank you. Say, thank you. Fire Jazz, thank you. Thoughts on other books you want to read? I don't mind trying different books. It's just like I was saying at the beginning of stream, it's like reading a book is like a game in that you still have to have permissions. Well, it depends. Obviously there's ways around it. We could read if there's a book you guys really want me to read, turn off super chat and stuff, and we can read it. But this was just like knocking out two birds with one stone. Is that how it goes? Yeah. Yeah. Lux and Honor, thank you. Can we read a college-level astronomy textbook next time? That would be interesting. If you guys want me to put you to sleep, sure. Emilio, what's off? Thank you. 50 bigs, switch out! Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Thank you for the nice message. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Novem, thank you. Bronx, thank you. Another good isekai with an underpowered MC for once is Ascendance of a Bookworm. Oh, a recommendation for you guys too. Teapot, yes, Teapot. My internet, it's buffering. It's buffering. Oh no! You hear me because buffer. Hello. Oh, is it back? Okay, we're back. Should work now. Where was I? Just some stormtrooper, thank you. Gunblade Knights, thank you. Kuko Vids, thank you. And Nimara, thank you. Red the Knights, thank you. Isako, thank you. My internet is dying, I know. I think earlier in the day, for some reason the internet, it starts to drop. I don't know why. Billy Joe, thank you. Renex, thank you. Thanks for read along. First light novel I've ever read. Actually, this is the first light novel I've ever read too, which might come as surprising for you guys. But I mostly just read, regular short novel, not like Japanese light novels. Yeah. Obviously I read a lot of manga, but I haven't read a lot of light novels. Ina's read a lot of them. I think I asked her for recommendation. I don't remember what she said. I'll have to search back in our messages. I asked her for recommendation. I forgot. Yeah, Ina reads a lot of light novels. So maybe there's a different one I can try. But I can only pick from a few pretty much. So this one, that's pretty good. I like it. I like the character. Just wish there's a little bit more romance. Just a little kiss it. But yeah, you guys, if you wanna, I don't know if we'll continue this. Maybe we can continue just like the first book and read the rest of the chapters. Maybe once a week or once every week. But then people will be like, I didn't read the first one. What's happening? So maybe not. I don't know. But you guys, if you want to continue the story, you can find it on Bookwalker. Translated light novels and manga. Boot to Lee, thank you. Were you in the drama club during high school? No, it was not. I was not in any clubs in high school. I used to ditch classes and sit in the bathroom sometimes, but that was it. But I would just read in there. I wouldn't do anything weird. I'd just read. I'd just sit on the floor and read. Remember telling that to somebody when I was in school and they were like, wait, you cut class just to sit in the bathroom and read? And they made fun of me! Anyways, don't cut classes and attend and listen to your teacher. They're trying to educate you. Okay, pay attention. Alex, thank you. MK, thank you. Jason, thank you. Thank you, times 2. Nick, Callie, thank you. Writing a series of books the past several years. I hope one day you'll read it live on stream. Whoa, that's cool. Writing a book. Actually, I feel like I've always wanted to write a book too. I tried writing a book when I was like 12. And then I gave up pretty quickly after like the first chapter. Am I back? Hello? We're back. As I was saying, I also tried writing a book when I was 12, but I never finished it. But I think in the future, you know, like way into the future, I'll probably write books. I'll write adventure books and romance books. Definitely, that's what I want to do in the future. I want to write fantasy, romance, sci-fi. Maybe BL, maybe. Akibaki, thank you. I love your thing. It's back. Are we here? Hello? It's back. Okay, let's finish up Super Chat and we'll end because my internet is not happy right now. Okay. Akibaki, thank you. Yes, I was reading. Apparently you can like choke if you're doing Chubby Bunny. I didn't know that, but I'll keep it in mind for next time if I ever do that again. Sledgehammer, thank you. Leinon, thank you. Yanade, thank you. Drill Over, thank you. Master Aang, thank you. Mimex, thank you. Good morning. Choco Mint, thank you. Seabase, thank you. A Fate Burn, thank you. Mystery, thank you. A Lunchbox, thank you. A Despo, thank you. Hello? I'm back. Okay, we're back. Okay, where was I? Takodachi, thank you. Dux Temperus, thank you. Miguel, thank you. The Cool, thank you. Blood Shiki, thank you. Jacob, thank you. Wanji, thank you. Devil, thank you. Akin, thank you. Galaxy Swirl, thank you. Kirby, thank you. Nepasan, thank you. Miguel, thank you. Cease Hang, thank you. Beato, thank you. Professor Null, thank you. Dux Temperus, thank you. Matthew, thank you. Lord Murphy, thank you. Galaxy Swirl, thank you. You should try and do audiobooks. You have such a relaxing voice when you read. Aw, thank you. I don't know. I think you can actually make some pretty decent money doing audiobooks, but I don't know how I would even get like a deal like that. Lunchbox, thank you. 0 November. 0 November, thank you. Ace, thank you. I dubbed the goddess of light novel Yago-chama. Yago-chama. Cute. Juicy, thank you. Ebby, thank you. RPK, thank you. Wolf Lights, thank you. Shiny Snob, thank you. Werner, thank you. Isekai Anima Gamer, thank you. Yeah, Isekai, just like Konosuba. Brad Simpson, thank you. Azaus, thank you. The official waifu of your light novel group on Facebook. Whoa. Cool. Ajapupu, thank you. Mipri, thank you. Smoldering middle-aged men or treasures of all humanity. Clipped! Why? I was just reading the book. Mad Bear, thank you. Thank you. Tamashi no Ojitan, arigato. Ohayo. But oyasumi. Oyasumi nasai. Oh, oyasumi nasai. Kyrian, thank you. Oh, yeah, suppressed a hiccup. Oh, Memphi, thank you. Leave me alone, thank you. Nice change of pace. Hope we can do it again soon. If you guys like it, we'll do more. Maybe I'll do a poll. It seems a few people want more. DJC, thank you. Public domains books wouldn't be a problem. That's true. I don't think it would be a problem. Egg, thank you. It'd be fun to listen to you read Detective Sherlock Holmes story at some point. That would be cool. We'll definitely do that at some point. Amy Cupcake, thank you. They all call you toxic, but you're really cozy. I know, they're all... You guys are slandering me. I'm not toxic. I'm just comfy, cozy, a little detective. Ooh. Kebby, thank you. Sure. Welcome, thank you. Alright, Sama, thank you. Alright, now refresh. No more super chat. I'm not gonna read it. Alright, we left off on Rice Sama. Ring. I have to attend an item meeting shortly. Rinzark, thank you. You made the book sound fun. You should read chapter 16.5 of Sword Art Online. That's very specific. It's everything chat would want to hear. Spoilers. Injury to insults, thank you. We'll love to see more in the future, no matter how infrequent. Maybe we'll do it then a week after next, or maybe we'll do it next week. We'll see. Alex Matthews, thank you. Should do a stream of reading to Gura. I feel like Gura's attention span would not make that possible. Ducks, thank you. Plus, don't you guys want to read? Don't you guys want to have Gura read for you? You should poke Gura and ask her for that instead. My chat froze. Am I still alive? I'm still alive. Okay. Got on. Thank you. You guys want more? Chris Allen, thank you. Love reading stream. I was listening to while playing Here's the Storm. Speaking of Here's the Storm, we're gonna do that next week. So if you guys want to, you know, unlock the characters, or you guys want to learn how to play the game so you can get in, you guys should be able to join. And I feel like I feel like it's safer. Somehow it's safer for the game, because I think there's like a streamer mode or something. But you guys should be able to join. Yeah. Okay. Brocephalus, thank you. How much are you donating for a My Immortal fanfiction? My Immortal? Why does it sound familiar? What is that? Adasha, thank you. Pre-recorded sponsor reading. It's not. Carl, thank you. Ready Player 1 or the sequel Ready Player 2? Oh, I did watch the movies. I never read the books. Oh, the Harry Potter. Oh, I saw the video of like some guy did like a video where he read that one. And it had like Sonic in it, didn't it? Am I thinking of something else? Vanguard Duelist, thank you. Different books each time. That's true. That's true. Maybe we do a different book next time. I like this book though. Well, I guess I can continue reading it on my own. Nappa-san, thank you. 2 hours have passed. I still don't know what the story's about, but I enjoy listening to you reading. Were some of you guys not paying attention? How do I say this? Alexander Emilinov. Thank you! You are very late indeed. RPK, thank you! I have not seen a sentence of a book word. I haven't seen it before. Or read it. Jaeger, thank you! Amit Chess Mousepad one. Maybe at some point in the future. Golden Chichi, thank you! Greasy burger for Thanksgiving, typical. No, it wasn't greasy. It was like overcooked, so there wasn't that much grease. But it was alright. I ordered mozzarella sticks with it. The mozzarella sticks lasted me a while. I like only ate one and then I saved the rest, and I had 2 for breakfast and then I had 2 before the stream. Lego Palpatine, thank you. I can't stop listening to Pop on Rocks. Maybe I'll have to release my own song soon. Ooh, what if I can release a song too? I need a producer. I need somebody who can auto-tune, and I need somebody who can write the music. I think I could make the lyrics myself. Actually, I was thinking... I won't tell you guys about that though. No, I won't tell you. Okay. It'll be a surprise. Howard Gleason, thank you. And speak nerd, but chat said it's beefy PC. Yes! And hopefully games will run much better. Well, the stream was already pretty smooth, I think, but you know, stuff like Apex still likes. So maybe those types of games won't like anymore, and it'll be really smooth viewing experience. Atiro, thank you. Try reading Saving 80,000 Gold Coins by same author. It has traveling between Earth and the New World. Oh, you know, when I was reading this, I thought maybe in this story, in this light novel, that something like that would happen, because she could just make a potion that makes her go back to the other world. Couldn't she? Maybe potions have their limitations. Like, maybe you can't make a potion that, when poured onto a rock, turns it into a burger. Do you play Call of Duty? Actually, that's another thing, yeah. The last Call of Duty I played is, like, pretty laggy. So, if I have a better PC, we can try more games like that. More of the newer games. And I think, Cyberpunk is recommended for beefy PC. Yeah, that's the next super chat says. C, thank you. New beefy PC right before Cyberpunk. We're gonna get more Keanu. Yes! We'll try it. Nia, the fucking cat. Thank you. Halsey, thank you. Plato, thank you. A good mouse pad should be flat enough for you. That's true. That is true. Actually, I don't know. Is Gura flat? Is she? Yeah, she's wearing that hoodie, so it's kind of hard to tell. Vespi, thank you. Velocity, thank you. I'd watch Almond Noises to sleep / study to stream. I was gonna do that next week, like going to sleep stream. I was gonna get my big beanbag and like set it up right next to my desk and get a blanket and like get under the blanket and like get all cozy and do like a ASMR or something. Alexander, thank you. Moonman, thank you. Lorenco, thank you. Hello, Brazil. Tetola, thank you. I'll think of a nice message. Jer, thank you. Please do more ASMR and stories. You have such a beautiful voice. Aw, thank you. Personally, when I hear my own voice, I'm like... but I'm glad you guys enjoy it at least. Press play, thank you. You're reading a light novel that your friend did the artwork on. Wow, that's really cool. That's pretty sweet. Slutjam, thank you. Public domain book. Yeah, if you guys have recommendations, maybe I'll take some recommendations for stuff we can read on stream. You guys have to do the research for it. Falcon, thank you. What about SpaceX launches watch-alongs? They have that streamed like every week. I see other channels restream it with super chats. I think Elon would be okay with it. There's a launch on December 2nd. Interesting. I don't know, actually. If they have, like, some sort of clause somewhere on the video that, like, you're allowed to. I don't know. I'll have to ask Enma about that. Because, I don't know. We'll see. Nicking, thank you. Mifu, thank you. Abby, thank you. How is it we get clean and consistent video from the surface of Mars, yet Ami's stream keeps dying? It's just... I think it's just like around this time my internet seems to go out. Which sucks, because I've been trying to stream like around this time, like earlier. But it's been pretty consistent that the internet is just like, hey, stop it. Bjorn, thank you. The fiber optic thing, yeah, I looked into it a little bit. It's pretty expensive. Press play, thank you. But, you know, streaming is my job now, so... it's probably worthwhile business expense. Press play music, thank you. That's really cool that somebody, you know, made the book art. It's really cute, too. Okay, no more super chat. This time for sure. Alright, George, thank you. Krankos, thank you for the 50 big super chat. A dime tap, thank you. What does this say? I have an idol meeting to attend to. I must go. Kenji, arigato, ohayo. Aistatsu. Apparently that means greetings. I tried to look it up in my pocket dictionary, but maybe it's like it means something like out of context. Jared, thank you. I'll be a producer. I'm actually a professional. I work with Pro Tools, Ableton, have analog equipment. I'm sure a lot of people would want to. Maybe... Oh, you know what I should do? Maybe I should just, like, write lyrics and then sing it in the sort of song, and then you guys can just take like my dialogue, like the voice files. You guys can have the voice files, and then we'll see what you guys make with it. Yeah, not a competition, because like, I mean, I guess we could do a competition. What would I give you guys? Yeah, Callie did something like that. Yeah, let you guys do all the work. No, but I feel bad because you don't get anything in return. Well, I guess just for free. It's good practice for you guys too, like if you're still learning. Oh yeah, I was thinking about like what we're gonna do for the voice pack thingy, because I know Kiara released hers recently. I was thinking about doing, you know, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not gonna tell you guys what, but I think you guys will like. I think I'll do. I don't know. I have to look at some examples because I don't think I've ever bought anybody's voice pack before. But I was thinking about doing like 3 different scenarios, like doing one really nice one, and then doing one really like crazy one, and then doing one like normal one. So we'll see. No, I'm not giving you a hint. Okay. Bibo, thank you. Wolf Light, thank you. You guys really want TF2 fanfiction? I feel like I can't read that TF2 fanfiction. It make me cringe too hard to finish it. Yasi-san, arigato. Wink, please. Okay, just this once. Howard Gleason, thank you. Yuet, thank you. First super chat for you, thank you. I love your reading stream, but maybe a little bit slower. Was I reading too fast? I thought, like at some points I thought I was reading too slow, so I tried to speed up. I know there was like one paragraph I did really fast on purpose, but speed was fine. It was okay. I guess yeah. If maybe like if you're learning English or something, I would be speaking too fast. That makes sense. Yeah. I think it'd be pretty simple to understand, but yeah, my speed could be an issue. I could see from that perspective. Ongaku Sensei, thank you. I like the first few chapters too. I'll probably keep reading it on my own because now I have it. Lord of the Dice, thank you. Sherlock Holmes is public domain. Should be safe to read with little hassle. Whoa, nice. That's good to know. Mochi, thank you. Tier Moon Empire is pretty good on Bookwalker. Okay, we have more stuff we can possibly read in the future. Probably won't finish like the whole book for anything, but if you guys just want like some reading, because usually like to finish a book for audiobooks, they're like 10 or 15 hours long. But I guess if it's like 250 pages, it'd probably take us like 6 to 8 hours to finish it. Alright, well that's all the super chats for now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I believe, let me make sure. Okay, yeah, it'll be... Oh, I saw Ina's art for the Smash. Okay, Smash will be on Ina's channel in about an hour and a half, I think. So I will see you guys there, and we'll have fun. And I'll need your help to smash them to win. I hope I don't get too toxic. I feel bad sometimes when I play games with everybody. Like sometimes I get too into it, and like, you know, I don't seriously yell at them, but I do like a yeah, please. I hope they don't take it seriously, or like I don't want to make them feel bad or something. Hopefully they know I'm not being serious, because I've done that before in games. I feel bad afterwards. All right, I'll see you guys then. All right, bye bye. No, don't start again. Music, stop. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I will probably do a poll in the future to see you know what you guys think of doing more in the future. You guys can doing more readings later, and you guys can recommend some books down there as well. And I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye. Bye. use code Amelia to get 600 yen if you're a new customer on Buckwalker.